Hey guys, I want to welcome you tonight to the Project 2000 Zoom. I'm really excited about this project right here. The last campaign that we had, absolutely sent the Whitakers into major momentum. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, they'll probably end up with 300 points in this Zija 1 competition. They are absolutely kicking butt in this thing. And it comes down to doing the things that we need to be doing to build the business, which is sponsor new people and helping them rank advance. That's kind of as simple as it is. But one of the things that I've got about 100, and I think I'll have 190 points after this week in that contest. And the majority of the points came from me kind of the approach that I'm getting ready to share with you guys tonight, enrolling as many accounts as I could and getting people excited, getting them to take a look in their back office. And there were a lot of people that ordered. There were a lot of people that once they got in the system and they knew they had a username and password, they were open to getting on a Zoom, or they were open to doing a sit down, or open to doing a three-way call. Because basically what Project 2000, the emphasis of Project 2000 is, we're not going to hopefully or plan to enroll 2,000 people. We are going to enroll 2,000 people or more. I really think this can turn into 3,000 or 4,000 if we'll all buy into this and really commit to it. But really, what is the thing that holds people back most in building network marketing or building Zija? What holds people back the most is prospecting. People are afraid of failure. And I've been there before too, guys. It's one of those deals where you think, dang, well, I'm talking to a lot of people and I feel like I'm wearing them out, and they go the other direction when I'm coming. I've been there. So one of the things with Project 2000, first and foremost, nobody turns down anything free. And the way I look at this, it's almost like being at Kroger or being at one of those stores where they have the free samples. Whether you like it or not, you're going to try the free sample. Because it's free and it's right there in front of you. And with Project 2000, what we're going to do is we've had 7,000 peak cards that have been ordered over the last week and a half, 7,000. And a bunch of you guys that ordered them, some of the leaders ordered them. They will be coming in. The Whitakers got theirs today. I'm supposed to get mine tomorrow. But by this weekend, they should be delivered to you. So if you're interested in participating in this, and if you want to grow your business, I would, without a doubt, make sure that I am participating in this, and get as many as your team as you can excited about this. And also make sure that you come up with a way, reach out to your upline and say, hey, how am I going to get my cards? Do you have cards coming in? How can I get those? And you may have to drive and meet them or work something out, but we're going to try those 7,000 cards that we got. We're going to try to get 7,000 people in the system eventually. That's our goal here. Our goal is by using these prospect cards, and they're 5x7, so they're big. They're bigger than your normal postcard. And what it has on the very front row is it talks about the benefits of hemp CBD, and it talks about some of the different things that it does. Also, there's a picture. It talks about our 24-hour release on our product. It also talks about the Intune, kind of some of the benefits, and some did you know questions about the CBD Square. So that's one side. Now, the second side, and the new cards are a little bit different than this. What this one says is free account, get wholesale pricing. You can retail for profit, use for personal benefit, or refer and build a residual income. Those are the three options. But on the newer peak cards that I updated, now these will work too, is I went ahead and put welcome to your free account. To get into your account, go to www.myzija.com, and here's your username and password. So let me see here. Hey, Brad, let's role play a little bit. I'm going to unmute you, and we're going to role play just a little bit.
All right.
Can you hear me, Brad?
I got you.
Okay, we're out and about, we're at a ball game, we're at work, wherever we are, and I'm gonna say, hey, Brad, are you familiar with CBD?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Awesome, Brad. Well, man, we're doing some, I mean, it's doing some crazy things. We've got some huge testimonies. Are you even open to looking at some information?
Yeah, definitely. I've been hearing a lot about this stuff, but I don't know a whole lot about it yet, but I've heard a lot about it.
Awesome, Brad. Well, I'll tell you what, I've got a P card here that's going to give you a little bit of information. Also, Brad, what's your email?
RydellFisher@hotmail.com.
Okay, I'm going to record his email. I know his first and last name, so I'm going to have to get the first, the last name, and the email. Those are three things you have to get. So to set up a free account, I've got to have the email, first name, last name. So I'm going to say, you know what, Brad, I've got this P card going to give you a little bit of information about the CBD, but for a limited time. And guys, you got to say this. We don't know that this could change at any time. For a limited time, Brad, the company's allowing us to set up some free accounts so people can go in and take a look around and just see if it's something they might be interested. We've got a lot of different all-natural products. So I would then go ahead and write down his username and password. I'm not going to be in front of a computer. I'm not going to put it in until tonight when I get home. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down Brad Fisher, first name, last name for his username. Always keep it simple, guys. Do not get cute with this. If you want to be successful, keep it as simple as possible. So I'm going to write down Brad Fisher, first name, last name. Now what I do for password, I'm going to write Zija with a capital Z 2525. That's what I do for everybody I enroll. Now, when they get in there, if they want to change it, they can change it. Don't be worrying about, oh, they want to set their own password. You know what? If they're serious about that, they can change their password when they get in their account and start looking around, okay? So for you, it might be Zija, 123. It might be Zija, last four of their phone number. Just keep it consistent because the last thing you want is them not to be able to get into their account. So I would go ahead and I would put Brad Fisher, Zija 2525. And it's already going to have www.myzija.com. So in about 30 seconds, Brad has told me he's heard a little bit about CBD. He's open to looking at some information. I've got his email address. And you know what? Tonight, he's going to have an account. Okay? And guys, the thing about this, I mean, literally, I know it sounds crazy. You could do this 50 times in one day. Nobody is not going to say they won't look at some information. Nobody. Now, what happens a lot of times is when they get in there and they start looking around, we led with the CBD. That is key. Right now, the CBD is what gets you in the door. That's what gets you in the door. Don't start talking about moringa and all this other stuff. Right now, while it's hot, this gets you in the door. Okay? Then after that, they can go in, they can take a look around and say, man, I didn't know they had weight loss. They got skincare. They got essential oils. I've enrolled probably 100 of these accounts since I've done this. And I've had probably out of those 100, about 15 go in and order some products. And I say, dang, where'd that come from? I didn't even know they were going to order. They didn't know they were going to order. But when someone gets an account where they can get in and look around, they're not having you pester them and be right there on them all the time. People want to buy, but they don't want to be sold. That is so key. Just like when they go to Amazon, there's a lot of people that will go home. I do it myself. I'll go to Amazon. Go there for one thing. Next thing I know, I bought 10 different things from Amazon. I mean, it happens. So same thing like this, they might get in and start looking at Intune, and next thing you know, oh man, I want some of these protein shakes. What's this tea all about? So by getting them an account, now, that's a little bit about what this is. I want to challenge everyone that really takes this serious for its starting period, the next period, which is this Saturday coming up, whether you have your P cards or not. Let's take the mentality. And matter of fact, let's go ahead and start right now. Let's start the rest of this week. Whoever you enroll the rest of this a week in a free account, you can count it towards next week's totals. We're going to, on Saturday after the previous week, So not this Saturday, but the next Saturday, if you will text me, Facebook message me, whatever, how many free accounts you signed up that week. And I want to have a leaderboard, okay? And what let's do, I mean, this is basically rejection-proof prospecting, okay? No one's going to say no to this. Everyone gets a free account. Because now once they get a free account, it doesn't just stop there, okay? Now what's going to happen is they kind of get put into our system. I have a group app right here on my phone that as I put them in, I'll put like group 1, and I may have 20 accounts, okay, enrolled on this date. And now what I do is I'm either going to push them to sample the product. So when you get home that night, please do this. Don't mess up and go home that night and not put those accounts in. Because if they try to get in that next day or whatever and they can't get in, I mean, it's done. I mean, you might as well probably not put it in. So make sure, let's say if you put down 10 or 15 of those, have a little notebook or have something to where you can put in their username and their password and their email address, so that when you get home, you can put it in. It don't take a whole lot of time to enter these, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. But please make sure that you put these people in the system, or they'll be trying to get in their account and they can't. Now, it's also going to be important. One thing that you want to do is you want to get email, first name, last name, and you want to try to push to get their phone number. I mean, you want to. Now, it's not a deal killer if you can't get it, but you want to try to get it. So I may say, you know what, Brad, I got your first name, last name, email. What's your phone number? I'm going to text you your information when this is set up tonight. So that's how I'm going to try to get his phone number. So now later on that night, when I get everything put in, later on that night, I'm then going to send him a text. Hey, Brad, I got you all set up. I'm excited for you to take a look around. Here's your username, your password. Call me if you got any questions whatsoever, or if you're open to sampling the product. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say at the end of that night, or at least early the next morning to send to that person if you get home real late. Now, what I've been doing, I went and worked with Coach Cassidy down in Louisville, and he had to order another bunch of these today. The majority of people, I'm telling them to sell a pack of 6 for $30. I mean, it just keeps it simple. If you do that, I mean, you got 5 sets of 6. You've made $50 per package. And all you're doing now is you're not giving away your samples, but you tell people after that 6-pack that, hey, I can help you get it for wholesale pricing. You're already in the system. This is how you place an order. Now, the rules for this, when you put somebody in the system, if they order within 28 days, you get a first order bonus. So if you put in a free account 3 weeks ago and they order, eventually you get a first order bonus. And for some people that say, you know what if they don't order? Who cares? They're in the system. So now, 6 weeks from now, I may send Brad a text. I may say, Brad, you're so lucky I enrolled you when I did. You got 40 people in your organization right now. Let's talk about getting you active so you can take advantage of your positioning. So now, by getting them in the system, whether they order or not now, you're continuing to build that leg. It's going to continue growing. And it gives you a great follow-up later on. I mean, a great follow-up. It might be 2 months from now. A person may say, dang, I got 100 people in my organization. I got to do this. So it's a great way. Also, what this does is, let's say you enrolled Susie and you're helping build that leg. And let's say that you enroll 30 people, whether they're free accounts or not. You know what? When Susie logs in her back office and she sees her genealogy and she sees that there's 30 people underneath there that could potentially order, that might actually share it later on, Susie's going to get excited. So it's not only a way to get the new people to take a look, it also gets your current people excited when they see their organization growing. And I remember when I first got in, I would look when I got up to my first 200, 300. 400. When I hit 1,000, I thought I had it made. I was just excited about it. And when you see those numbers start to grow, it just does something for you. It motivates you. So I would definitely encourage you to use it that way. Now, as far as follow-ups, you can push people to sample the product. You can push people to Zooms that we have. You know, D. Hutchins, me, John, different people do Zooms throughout the week. Maybe you can push them to a 3-way call, or push them to a team call. Hey, Brad, I know that you might not be interested in this. I just want to show you our team culture. Here's our team call this week. We have some testimonials that may kind of stand out to you. So I may send you the team call. Now, week 1 and 2, I would follow up at least twice during week 1 and week 2. Then week 3, I'd give them a week off. I wouldn't say anything else. And then I would go probably 4, 6, 8, 10, about every other week, just kind of follow up with them. Just to kind of keep them in the loop. It's not something to where you want to blow them up every single day, 5 times a day. It's not that at all. Okay, but make sure that you're kind of keeping them in the loop and saying, listen, I know I've sent you some information. I just want to show you that I do this part-time, and I'm able to help leverage other people's times because we have such a great team. Okay, so you kind of showcase your team. Now, where can you do this? Let's see, Gigi and Christina Green came up and had lunch with me and D. Hutchins the other day, and I just said, watch this. So I said right there, the waiter. Okay, I got his email address. I asked him the same questions. Now he's in the system. Okay, you can literally do this anywhere and everywhere, because when people hear CBD, their ears come open, period. This is the easiest thing that you will ever have in the history of network marketing at the time and place that you're at right now to at least grab somebody's attention. And it could be people you know or people you don't know. Who's going to turn down free? So anyway, so I encourage everybody on here for the next month, starting on Saturday. You can start this week too. I encourage you, I challenge you. I'm challenging everybody on here to enroll 25 free accounts a week for the next 4 weeks. So that would be 100 new enrollees in the next month. Imagine if we all did that. I mean, we won't just grow 2,000. Shoot, we'll go 4,000 or 5,000. Okay, but if you'll challenge your team to do 25 a week, okay, and you can do this, guys. I mean, this doesn't take a whole lot of time to grab somebody's first name, last name, email address. I mean, it doesn't take that long to do. All right, now what I'm going to do, let me share my screen here. Let's see. Okay, what I'm going to show you is when you go in to enroll a free account, you will hit enroll. First thing you'll pick is customer. So when you hit customer, okay, see, right up here, I didn't sign out in my last enrollment where it says, hi, Sonny. If you ever have a name up there, you got to click it and then sign out. Because what it does when you enroll somebody, it automatically puts you in their back office. So if it ever has a name up here, I'm just going to log out. I go back to this page, enroll customer. Now it's going to come up. And guys, this is real simple. Email address, okay? First, confirm it. First name, last name, password. Again, I usually go ZJ2525, and then username is first and last name. So once you put that information in, okay, you'll click that box and hit create account. Okay, now As you do that, it's automatically going to enroll that person into an account. Now, where is it going to put that? Let me show you. So if you'll go up here where it says account information. So everybody can log into their back office, go account information. Now, when you go down, man, why is this screen so big? Okay. Account information. Now, as I click here, I would go over to where it says commissions. When I click commissions, preferred binary placement. What that means is when I hit that enroll button, whether it's a customer or distributor, it's going to ask me, where do I want those people to go? So you can choose your placement settings. You can choose, I wouldn't go minor or major volume. If you're building your left leg or your right leg, you can go ahead and choose one of those. It'll automatically put them outside left or outside right. If you want to choose on Friday to go ahead and enroll those people different places, you can hit holding tank. I automatically go holding tank. What that means is it's going to enroll them, but you can place them later on in the week. Okay, so Friday night, let's say that, and guys, I don't want to encourage you not to enroll people on kits. Continue enrolling people on product. Don't just enroll free accounts. But this is a way to where everyone gets put in the system. So, but if someone's ready to order, go ahead and get them to order. I'm not discouraging that whatsoever. Okay, the $199 kit, the $330 kit, whatever. Always put people in as a customer. Okay, don't worry about the distributor unless they are ready to start enrolling people right now. You can upgrade them later on if they want to do that, but put them in as a customer. So again, I would hit enroll, customer, make sure you're signed out up top. That's very important that you are signed out so that you don't end up again in somebody's back office. So if there's any questions, make sure that you reach out to one of your leaders, reach out to me if you want, and we will get this done. So what I'm going to do now, again, please share this with all of your teammates. Every one of your teammates that is interested in this, if you're a leader that got postcards, find a way to go ahead and come up with a plan to get it out to your teammates that want to do this. And don't just go out and hand these cards out like they're candy. If somebody's not going to use them, I wouldn't give them to them. I would get a commitment from somebody that they're going to use them before you just start handing out cards. Okay, I've already went through 1,500. I just ordered another 1,000. And so anyway, it's a great prospecting tool. When I first got in, I doubled my teaching income in 14 months with P cards. That's what I did. I just went crazy with it, 10 a day, no matter what. I was going to talk to 10 people. So I encourage you to do that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the recording, okay? And then if there's any questions once I stop the recording, I'm going to open it up so you guys can ask questions.